Cannabis compliance update. Here are the biggest changes to be aware of from the last month. Hey, I'm Morgan Davis. I'm a business attorney based in Raleigh, North Carolina. I focus on cannabis and wellness. Let's talk about how to keep your business protected and thriving. One of the biggest needs in the cannabis and hemp space right now in terms of regulatory compliance is understanding how to navigate the crazy state-by-state patchwork quilt that we're all having to work in now. So if you're a company that wants to sell your products in more than one state, you've now got to be aware of not just the regulations at the federal level, but your own state and then wherever else you want to sell it. So in an attempt to help, I'm doing monthly updates on the biggest changes that have happened in the last 30, 60 days that could affect you and your hemp business. Please note, I'm not doing all 50 states. That would take forever. Here's looking at you, guy who requested in Maryland. I'm only gonna do the ones where the biggest changes have occurred. However, if you have a specific question, see my email below, reach out to me, I got you. Let's get started with Connecticut. So Connecticut was already like a freaking mess with the fact that they took on the super low milligram content of 1 milligram per serving, 5 milligram limitation of a container, and everything else was going to be in the regulated market. Now they've taken on this whole new thing where it's 2.5 milligrams per container total, and there's a specific set of rules for infused beverages aimed at this growing market that was happening in Connecticut, that basically you would have a can of seltzer with 5 servings, each of which is 1 milligram, but the can itself would be 5 milligrams. They didn't like that. So now you can have one infused beverage can with 2.5 milligrams of total THC in it, and it must be a minimum of 12 fluid ounces, and you can only sell it on premises at certain retailers. So, new handcuffs in Connecticut for the beverage industry and the edible industry alike for anybody who's actually still selling in Connecticut. Louisiana. So Louisiana, the party state, I'm always surprised, really wants to get rid of hemp products. Not sure what's happening in Louisiana, but there's a new bill proposed, SB 237, that redefines hemp consumable products to exclude all THC. Basically it says, yeah, sure, sell whatever hemp products you want here, but none of them can include THC. Shocking, coming from the Mardi Gras state. Apparently they really like their alcohol, but they're not into cannabis. We'll be watching SB 237. It's interesting. So it bans THC, but it says allows all other cannabinoids, potentially leaving the door open for HHC as one of the only intoxicating hemp products that is not technically THC. Or, who knows, somebody's probably going to come out with some crazy cannabinoid I've never heard of that's not THC that'll still get you high. So perhaps it's leaving the door open for that. We'll see. Oklahoma. So HB 3011 was signed by the governor on May 3rd. It adopts a total Delta-9 THC standard for all products in Oklahoma. Wah, wah. Oklahoma was one of the states that was left that was like a freaking free-for-all for everybody. Fortunately, THCA flower is now dead in Oklahoma, as well as many other things. But it's the traditional total THC standard, so we're talking total Delta-9 THC standard. Combine your Delta-9, combine your THCA times 0.877, so you're getting your decarboxylated total Delta-9 number. That's the new limitation there. So lots of other things can still exist in that space, but THCA flower, not any longer in Oklahoma. New Jersey. So that bill that has been shopped around in places like Illinois and in Connecticut and other states where it sets and Virginia, where it sets an extremely low milligram cap of 0.5 milligrams per serving, is now proposed in New Jersey. New Jersey, again, one of those states left that was, especially being right next to New York, really still very much open for the hemp market. If this passes, will be very much closed to the hemp market, especially the intoxicating hemp market. Caps are 0.5 milligrams per serving, 2.5 milligram cap per container. adopts a total THC standard, and adds a new interesting definition of synthetics, where it requires that all products must be made from naturally occurring, biologically active chemical constituents. Break out your chemistry degree to interpret that. Everything else gets pulled into the regulated market, of which exists in New Jersey. Finally, Kentucky. Kentucky had a huge regulatory framework that came out last summer/fall for hemp products. It allows a lot of products to stay, but heavily regulates them in terms of manufacturing and testing standards. The new regulations that have come out add regulations for retailers and wholesalers, and add some additional clarification on some of the manufacturing and testing standards. So Kentucky is fast becoming a friendly state for hemp products, but friendly if you're open to what I would consider pretty common sense regulations that make safer, better products. Also, potentially cost more to make them. So if you're in Kentucky, if you're manufacturing in Kentucky, or you want to continue selling in Kentucky, you need to be aware of these regulations. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have questions about anything, throw it in the comments below and we'll get to you as soon as we can. If you're interested in a 50-state review for your specific product line or your specific company, we now offer that on a monthly basis. Give us a call and we'll talk to you about pricing and availability, and hope that we can help you figure out how to sell your golden product in as many places as possible with as few hurdles as possible.